you can tell us about this.
Well, first and foremost, you see, as a cabinet, we are guided by the existing rules and laws and acts that are in place. We cannot go beyond the act, nor do we have the liberty to go beyond what the rules framed under the act say. So in this context, since this is an official anthem of the state of Meghalaya, it has to be based on certain acts and rules adopted by the state. Our reference point here is called the Meghalaya State Language Act 2005. The Meghalaya State Language Act 2005 was passed by the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly, and it received the assent of the Governor of Meghalaya on the 1st of May 2005. It was also published in the Gazette of Meghalaya Extraordinary, issued on the 4th of May 2005. For you to be very clear, I'll just read out what sections of the Act say. There is section 1, which says that section 1 and 2. Section 1 contains the short title, extent and commencement of the Act. This Act may be called the Meghalaya State Language Act 2005. It extends to the whole of the state of Meghalaya. It shall come into force on such date as the state government may, by notification in the official gazette, appoint, and different dates may be appointed to different official purposes and for different parts of the state of Meghalaya. And section 3 of the Act says, without prejudice to the provisions of Article 343 and 347 of the Constitution of India and the provisions of the Meghalaya State Legislature continuance of English Language Act of 1980, and subject to hereinafter provided, the English language shall continue to be the official language of the state of Meghalaya, meaning a continuation of what was enacted in 1980. Now, section 4 deals with associate official languages of the state. Notwithstanding anything contained in section 3, which I have read, the Khasi language may be used as the associate official language for all purposes in the district, subdivisions and block level offices of the state government located in the districts of East Khasi Hills, West Khasi Hills, Jaintia Hills and Ribhoi. The Garo language may be used as associate official language for all purposes in the districts, subdivisions and block level offices of East Garo Hills, West Garo Hills and South Garo Hills, provided that only the English language shall continue to be used in all civil and criminal courts located in the state, and providing further that all inter-district official communications shall continue to be in the English language. This is a law that came through a bill introduced in the State Assembly. It was not just a cabinet decision. The State Assembly had passed this particular bill, and it became an act when it received the assent of the Governor of Meghalaya on the 1st of May 2005. This is the basis on which the state anthem has been conceived and composed. It is not somebody's wish or ill will towards any community, but as what was stated by the Honorable MP of Shillong constituency, stating that why Jaintia language was not included. In fact, this language bill was introduced in the assembly by the Congress-led government under Didi Lapang as chief minister in 2005 when the Congress was in power, and the MP at that point of time was also from the Congress party. So, and now he's asking why not Jaintia language. I think it's a question that he should be in a better position to answer.
Bapol, since the Jaintia language is not included, somehow people in Jaintia Hills, they are feeling bad. So is there any way the state government is thinking of bringing an amendment to this act?
You see, as long as we have an official language act which is in place and which is enforced, and unless there are amendments to that particular act, I do not think anybody has the liberty to add, subtract, or bring forth any new versions to the anthem. And this anthem is about unifying Meghalaya. As far as if you go through the lyrical content of the song itself, it reflects a call for unity. And we have always believed that the Khasi Jaintia is one single cohesive community. We have, in fact, the whole idea of adopting the anthem is also to push forward the cases for inclusion of the Khasi and Garo languages in the 8th schedule to the Constitution of India. And if you talk about the Khasi language, it was pioneers like Mr. R.T. Rambai, who was the president of the Khasi Author Society, Gilbert Shulai, they were the pioneers of the Khasi Author Society and the move to get the language included in the 8th schedule. Now, if every dialect wants to be included in the state anthem, then I do not know what kind of a song will we be able to compose.
But do you think that Khasi understood? But there are two tribes, Khasi and Jaintia. So some elements of Jaintia tribe should have.
That is what you are stating, but historically, and if you go through the article that came out in the Shillong Times today, it says otherwise. So we've always believed in the unity of the Khasi Jaintias as one tribe. And in fact, as recently as November last year, a seminar was held and organized by the Khasi Author Society at Eastern Jaintia College, where they have a department of Khasi, and the local MLA had also attended as chief guest. So I do not know where is this confusion coming from.
Don't you think that this has to be amended then? So that
See, it is not about me and what I think. This is something that the State Assembly had adopted as an act, passed the bill in 2005, framed the rules in 2008. Are you saying that in 2005 there were no members from Jaintia Hills in the cabinet? Are you saying that in 2008 there were no MLAs from the Jaintia Hills? Why were these points not raised in 2005? Why were these points not raised in 2008 when the rules were framed under the Act? And now that the government has simply based an anthem on an act adopted by the Assembly as a bill and assented to by the governor to become an act, what more can you expect of the government of the day?
beyond the language issue, don't you think that we should have only Khasi tribe and Garo tribe? Because now what happened? 3 tribes are projected in all the official purpose, other purposes. So should it be limited to Khasi tribe? And
No, see, I think the act is so very clear cut, very unambiguous. It also states that the Khasi, again I refer to section 4, the Khasi language may be used as the associate official language for all purposes in the districts, subdivisions, and block level offices of the state government located in the districts of East Khasi Hills, West Khasi Hills, Giant Hills, and Riboy. This was notified, enacted in 2005, assented to by the governor, and rules framed in 2008.
Papa, in 2008, it was UDP who was in power in the state. So,
No,
do
what
you,
is your point?
do you mean to say? I'm saying that it's not about any political party. It's about the leaders. Leaders, they have
No,
not
I'm
thought
only
about it.
responding to a charge leveled by the sitting MP
I'm
because this whole bill came into the cabinet when Malapang was the chief minister. The cabinet then took it to the assembly. From the assembly, it went to the governor. So due diligence was done. If you
I-
talk of rules, say rules can be framed even today.
I'm saying,
Under the act.
Will the government think about bringing an amendment, because Khasi and Garo is getting the status of associate language, but the Jantia is not getting the status of associate language. Will the state government bring an amendment?
I am not at liberty to spell out the mind of the government. The cabinet is meeting tomorrow. If the matter comes up, then we will accordingly give our inputs in the cabinet tomorrow.
that's also the tribal aspect. Because we often, the projection is Khasi, Jaintia and Garo tribes. So the going beyond the, technically it is correct, the language, not debate on the language,
Right.
as associate official language. The tribe is projected.
Hmm.
So that way Jaintia tribes element should have been in the song.
See, that is your opinion. It's a state of 30 lakh people. Everybody is entitled to their own opinions. But a law framed is based on the application of logic, history, and in fact, the entire whatever the Khasi Authors Society has spelled out in the past, as I narrated to you, most of these luminaries were in fact Panars, like Matukan Rambai, Gilbert Shulai. All of them had contributed to the cause of the Khasi language, and now the language has reached a stage where it is being it's in the list of languages under consideration. That has to be taken into account. Then also you have to bear in mind that this we share, in fact, we are also linked by blood. What we call the kurs, the clans. Okay. So it's very difficult for me to say anything because history and traditions and our creation myths are all the same. Even the language, there's hardly any difference in the words used. So I think all of these are to be taken into account if anything has to be thought afresh.
Bapal, I want to make another issue. Yesterday, Rahul Gandhi in his Bharat Jodo Naya Yatra in Nangpo has said that there is an attempt to snatch away the power of autonomous district council in the state. And we have seen that even the amendment to the set schedule is, the draft schedule is in the final stage. So what do you think about this stage matter? Do you also subscribe to it?
Well, the best defenders of the cause of the tribal people are the regional parties. If we leave anything to the wills of national parties, They have their own set of agenda. There is a lot of elements of religion being used. There is even the Congress itself is guilty of passing this anti-conversion act in the states where it was in power, and I would subscribe to the view that the regional parties are the best judge, and they would be the best defenders of the cause of the hill people.
But do you think that there is an attempt to snatch away the power of autonomous district council?
Well, those attempts will always continue to be there, but we will resist them at any cost. We have also put forward our views on the move to amend the sixth schedule, and the state government has also made its point very clear to the parliament of the country.
In this amendment to the sixth schedule, draft sixth schedule, is there any such clause which?
Well, for instance, there was this clause to have unrepresented tribes included. We have objected to that.